like to hear the story behind that?
Yeah.
All right. My high school football coach was Tommy Owen at NBA, Hall of Fame coach. And Coach Owen was meticulous about statistics and things like this. And when you walked in the locker room, he had this picture of a football field. And he had it colored in different zones. And if you were inside the 10-yard line, he had that colored in red. And it was the must get out of zone. And then written underneath that, got to have 2 first downs, punt the ball, flip the field. Mm-hmm. And that, because if you're inside your own 10, your chances of going and scoring a touchdown are 6%.
Very low.
And also, it goes back to my father, because I was helping him at Beach, and we'd always play Gallatin second, and they usually killed us. And this one year, we were actually in the game, and they had punted the ball down to the 1-yard line, and my dad called a play action pass, and we're like, we're on the 1. What are you doing? And my dad got going. He looked at us and said, we're coming out. We are coming out. Ever since I've been on the 1-yard line, everybody thinks you're going to run the sneak. So does the defense, and everybody's up there, and we play action, throw it over their head. And I bet we probably did that 5 or 6 times over a 2-year period, and
We did.
No, it's more than that.
A lot more than that.
Oh, it's a lot more because I remember
you probably had a 90% completion rate just on that one thing.
it was 20. We always ran 22 high-low.
Yep.
Always. We had a post over the top, dig in the middle, and every time, everybody that, even most guys that were.
We did it to Knoxville West in the semifinal. We were down there, and their coaches are over there yelling, they're going to throw it. They're going to throw it. He knew what I was going to call.
Oh, yeah.
They knew what I was going to call. Our players knew what we were going to call. Their coaches knew what we were going to call, and we complete the pass anyway.
And that was, you mentioned about the streak of execution. I think that's what helped us more than anything was our players believed in what we were doing defensively, what we were doing offensively, special teams, and they had complete faith in everybody that's up here. They knew that we'd worked our butts off to coach them and put them in the right spots, and they believed in the plan. Even if it was like, most players would be like, there's no way we're going to throw a fade on the 1-yard line. But they knew we're going to throw it and we're going to score. And they did it. And you couldn't stop it. And that was the beautiful thing about it.
Their football IQ was off the racks, though. Remember that day was unbelievable, and they had a little swagger about them too. That was so special about these kids, and that stuff you can't teach. That swagger and that football IQ, you just don't teach it. And every once in a while you look up and you're blessed with a group of 40 to 50 kids. Like, wow, we're blessed. Let's go win the state championship. That's what we did.
Talking about swagger, and one of the players that come to my mind, I was coaching defense backs that year, and we always talk about Eric or Hayden. Of course, Eric was an extra coach on the field, but guys you don't hear a lot about were Gerald Cisco and Trey Tate. Mm-hmm. And Gerald was 5'0", but his mouth was the biggest on the team. And he didn't care who you were; he was going to run his mouth to you. But we were okay with that. I said, I'm fine with that as long as you can back it up. But him and Trey Tate were fun to coach that year. They were both 5'6", 5'7". Were lightning quick. They could run like the wind, and they could hit well. And they in the right place. Yeah, they did their job. And we didn't have to worry about an Anderson County in 010 because those guys. I think we got beat deep twice that year. And I think we still ran it down. Mm-hmm. But those guys, man, they were a heck of a group to coach. It was fun.
Let me say this, because we used to try to pick on Gerald in practice because of the fact that we knew that he wasn't going to see any better receivers than the 2 we had. I mean, we had 2 of the top receivers in the state, and we kept telling him, if you can cover Eric and you can cover Dre, nobody you're going to play on Friday night. And, I'm glad you mentioned Trey Tate because I'd forgotten about him. And I'd forgotten about, you never forget that kid was such a good kid, man.
And only played football for 2 years.
Only played football for 2 years, but he was yes sir, no sir, and he had that swagger and moxie about him too.
But someone in Miami right now is thankful that he came through this program.
Yeah, because Trey Tate saved somebody's life that was
he did.
a lady that was drowned in.
Coach Blue, touch base with our appointees we had over that run. We had Matlock, West Point,
Drake,
and
Fleming.
Fleming. So we had a
Helicopters.
John Harvey.
And
John Harvey.
That's off this football team that there. We had 4 appointees to military academies.
at one time we had a senior, a junior, a sophomore, and a freshman at West Point.
So we go on to beat Hendersonville 28-0. Don't even say 7. That player stepped out of bounds 3 times. We saw it on the press box.
I thought Vance was going to have a heart attack, another heart attack when dealing with that Fisher.
And that's a story for another time. So anyway, guys, it was an amazing season. Thank you for joining us on the program today. Go Lions. Always going to be like that. I would invite you to do one more thing. Step up with me. Come on, everybody up here. Put your hand on the gold ball because it belongs to everybody. Thank you for watching.